Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Political Vigilante. Please support our show. We've been demonetized on YouTube for quite a while, so sign up. You can support our show at rockfin.com/Graham Elwood and patreon.com/Graham Elwood. I wish there was more tour dates on the road, but we only could do 4 shows in California in September, so that's where it's at right now. One of the things we've talked about a lot on this show is the homeless issue, specifically here in Los Angeles. And there is a channel that I suggest you watch on YouTube called The Invisible People. And they also have an Invisible TV channel. And the homeless problem is really bad throughout California. It's really bad throughout America. There's 500,000 homeless people in America prior to the pandemic. I think that number is probably doubled, if not more. I don't know what the current statistics are, but there's no way that number went down. And in Los Angeles, it just keeps getting worse and worse. And as now the eviction moratorium has been repealed, in the next couple months, I just did a video on there's over 1 million people nationwide that are going to be evicted in the next 2 months. There's 3-some million people that are probably 2 to 6 months away from being evicted. And in Los Angeles, it is really bad. One of the things that it's really affecting is veterans. And this was submitted by Patreon supporter Eric Huso. Eric, thank you so much for supporting the show. But this is a little 3-minute YouTube video. And I want you guys to see that this was done over the summer, like in August in Los Angeles. So this Veterans Park is right on the west side of Los Angeles by Westwood and Brentwood and Santa Monica. And this is where the VA is. So this is the Veterans Associate. This is the VA Park. Look at all the American flags.
Here at San Vicente Boulevard at the Los Angeles Veterans Park. So you can see right across the street, veteran tents. Lots of them. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of them. You can see on the other side of the fence, inside the grounds of the Veterans Park, you can see right in there, there's some homeless tents in there. There's probably about 50, 60 maybe that are in there. I'm not sure how many they're allowing in there, why they're in there, and why these guys are outside. I have no idea, but I'll probably do some research on it anyway and get back to you at a later date on that answer. But yeah, you head down San Vicente Boulevard here, you're going to end up in Brentwood, just around the corner there.
It should be noted, Brentwood, where this is one of the wealthier parts of Los Angeles. Westwood is where UCLA is, very wealthy. Brentwood is extremely wealthy. This is right off the 405 freeway. San Vicente. This is the richest country in the history of the world. And you know what these veterans need? They need housing. They don't need thank you for your service. That means nothing. That is an empty gesture. They need housing. They serve this country, all volunteer military. And this is what they get. You get a tent.
It's just, rich city, so much money, so much going on there, and yet just a block away, you've got the realization of homeless. Nice, expensive condos, townhomes, apartments, all in this area here off San Vicente. And again, I mean, you're paying a lot of money to live here, and you look out your window and this is what you see. I mean, something's got to be done, I mean, to satisfy both parties here, the homeless and the people that live here that spend all that money living here. But anyway, check it out. It's amazing. And again, look over the fence. Across the fence there, there's fence across there as well. So, I mean, what do we do? I mean, these are veterans. These were people who fought in the wars and served our military. And even them, they're finding themselves homeless as well.
So if you're lucky, you get to move your tent inside the VA's grounds. If you're lucky. Wow. Still in a tent, but I don't know, maybe you get more access to services if you're in there. And you drive through Los Angeles, go to downtown Los Angeles. There's all these high rises, massive high rises. And I'm sure they're affordable housing and housing for the homeless. Oh, no, they're not. A lot of it is like big Chinese investors hiding money or just putting money here, or just big investors in general, big developers. Every single one of those people in that tent, in those tents, should be put in be given housing. Housing. Those are veterans. So like the American flag on the bumper sticker and the support the troops doesn't mean crap. And both parties have abandoned the vets. They all talk tough about the vets. No, you don't. You don't care. You don't care. George W. Bush didn't give a shit. Obama didn't give a shit. Trump didn't give a shit. Biden doesn't give a shit. How many of them served in Afghanistan? Remember when Obama ran on the campaign and I voted for him, he's going to pull us out of Iraq and Afghanistan. And then he did this, up the troop count. This is December of 2009.
This review is now complete. And as Commander-in-Chief, I have determined that it is in our vital national interest to send an additional 30,000 U.S. troops to Afghanistan. After 18 months, our troops will begin to come home.
This is December of 2009. 30,000 in 18 months, which would have been summer of 2011, our troops will start to come home. So Obama promised to get everybody home 10 years ago, but she somehow couldn't figure it out. How many of those American flag draped tents outside the VA in West Los Angeles are people that served in Operation Enduring Freedom, which was the campaign in Afghanistan, served in Afghanistan or Iraq? I mean, I don't care if you were like, cleaning Jeeps in Germany and that was your time in this country. You shouldn't be living in a tent, but especially if you were in Iraq or Afghanistan and you're on the streets.
These are the resources that we need to seize the initiative while building the Afghan capacity that can allow for a responsible transition of our forces out of Afghanistan.
Good thing we did that.
I do not make this decision lightly. I opposed the war in Iraq precisely because I believe that we must exercise restraint in the use of military force and always consider the long-term consequences of our actions. We have been at war now for 8 years, at enormous cost in lives and resources. Years of debate over Iraq and terrorism have left our unity on national security issues in tatters. and created a highly polarized and partisan backdrop for this effort. And having just experienced the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, the American people are understandably focused on rebuilding our economy and putting people to work here at home.
Which he didn't really do. And he gave the banks money, $1 trillion almost, and then didn't prosecute anybody. So I just want to, what do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Right? What do you think is going to happen with this homeless issue when the eviction moratorium hits? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think we're going to have less tent cities? By the way, it should be noted, this is just the VA in LA. You drive anywhere in Los Angeles, you see tent cities. People of all walks of life, all ethnicities, some of them vets, some of them not vets. So not only do we not give a shit about our veterans, we don't care about our citizens in general at all. We don't care about them. We just don't care. This country doesn't care. So tell me, are we going to see more or less tent cities when the evictions start? And they're trying to get this infrastructure bill passed. Okay, I don't know what the particulars of it are. I'm sure there'll be some stimulus help in there, but I'm sure the bulk of the help will go to contractors in Wall Street and banks, and Goldman Sachs is going to fund the infrastructure, so they're going to get a big payday, and this shit ain't going to be addressed at all. This shit ain't going to be addressed at all. And by the way, this is Los Angeles. In California, the bluest of blue, run by the Democratic Party. That's why it was such a significant thing to get Nithya Raman on the LA City Council, because she's a socialist, and the person she beat was a Democrat who gets money from developers. We're just going to let this. Obama said, I'm going to pull us out in 2011. Trump said, I'm going to get us out. Nothing. You think these two parties give a damn about you? They don't. You think the Republicans care about vets more than the Democrats? No, they don't. They give it lip service. Obama was awful. So was Trump. So was Bush. So was Joe Biden. 22 vets a day commit suicide. Gee, I can't imagine why. We treat them so well. Thank you for your service. Here's a flag on your tent. There you go. But I want to show you this information. Just who got all the money in the 20 years we were in Afghanistan? I just want to see. I want to. Who got the bulk of the money? Let's see. Who got the bulk of the money? Let's see. I wonder who got the bulk of the money. Who got? I'm just trying to figure out. I wonder if you guys know who got the bulk of the money from Afghanistan. Probably the veterans, right? Did they all just they just gambled it away? The vets didn't, they just spent their money on tents and flags. They should have invested it better. Is that what the veterans should have done? I wonder who got the bulk of the money from Afghanistan. Oh, the top 5 military contractors ate $2 trillion during the Afghanistan war. Weird. But we're taking care of our vets, right? Oh, shit. Elon Musk's growing empire is fueled by $4.9 billion in government subsidies. Wait, what? So we're giving billionaires money and defense contractors money, but we're not giving veterans money. We're not giving veterans money. I'm just trying to see if I understand this correctly. They're living in tents. There's all their tents. Look at that. Tent after tent after tent on this is like Wilshire and San Vicente. Like one of the wealthier parts of the country, Brentwood, California. not one of the wealthier parts of LA, of the country, of the United States. Brentwood also backs right up to Bel Air. Maybe you've heard of that area. And then it's near the Pacific Palisades in Malibu. Yeah, not exactly a bunch of working class folks living a family of 4 in a 2-bedroom apartment. Not a lot of that in those neighborhoods. $2.2 trillion went to the top 5 military contractors who say Raytheon and Boeing are protecting America's freedom. But if you're a veteran, not sorry. We don't have time to take care of you. You know what we're going to do in real time? I love doing a real time thing. Let's all do this together. Okay? Since we know how the vets are being treated by this country, yeah, here's a fucking flag on your tent. Shut up. That's what we think of veterans here, by the way. Let's go to real time here. I just want to see, let's just go to a search engine. Okay? We're going to go to a search engine. Okay, there's Yahoo, right? Let's go to our favorite search engine, ecosia.org. This is a non-for-profit search engine. Raytheon CEO. Hey. Let's do this. With salary cut, Raytheon CEO was paid $21 million last year as COVID-19 slammed aviation days after the UTC merger. So this is from March of this year, 2021. So the Raytheon guy got cut down to $21 million. Oh my God. How do you survive on $21 million? Wow. What's this shithead's name? Dick Fucknut? Gregory Haynes. This is what this asshole looks like. That's what this asshole looks like. All right. So now let's check out. Let's go to Ecosia again. We're going to just do this. Is this fun doing this in real time? Boeing CEO. Hey. So all these assholes get $21 million? All these assholes get $21 million. Boeing CEO waived pay but got compensation worth $21 million. Oh, he's so noble. David Calhoun. Boeing CEO David Calhoun declined a salary and performance bonus for most of last year, but still received stock benefits that pushed the estimated value of his compensation to more than $21 million, according to regulatory filing Friday. The aerospace giant struggled last year. Oh, boy. Like living in a tent on the street struggle, or, had to sell one of your polo horses struggle? I mean, should we get a GoFundMe for the polo horses on this asshole's Hampton spread or wherever shitbox place he lives? Were they not? Oh man, they probably weren't able to go to Vail and go skiing. Jesus, that sucks. Oh, that's so brutal. Oh, more real-time. Socio.org. Every search removes 1 kilogram of CO2. Northrop Grumman. Hold on. Fuck not. Don't click on that. Do what you're told, search engine. CEO pay. What's this jackwagon get? Salary.com seems to be doing a pretty decent job. Kathy Warden, CEO and president. She got $19 million. Oh, man, it's so sexist. She gets $2 million less than the boys do. That's such sexism. Man, but is she living in a tent? I wonder if Kathy is living in a tent. See this, the VP gets $6 million. And the CFO gets $6 million. The VP and president of aerospace gets $6 million. Mission Systems gets $5 million. Boy, they really pay the VPs shit. Boy, if you're a VP, you're fucked. You got to live on $5 million a year. Good luck. Kathy's got $19 million, so she doesn't give a shit. I wonder, did Kathy live in a tent? So that's what it looks like, folks. That's what it looked like. Homeless vets living in tents outside the wall of the VA. If you're lucky, you get to be inside, and then maybe you get to use a bathroom or something. I don't know what that is. So you serve this country, and we take away your dignity. That's what you get for serving America. But know this. All the defense contractors made the two winners of the war in Afghanistan, defense contractors and the Taliban. 4 presidents from 2 political parties spent $3.5 trillion for 20 years to remove the Taliban and replace them with a better armed Taliban. So now the Taliban has a bunch of American weapons that our tax dollars paid for. And so that idiots like the CEOs, Kathy and Charles and the other shitheads, get somewhere between $19 to $21 million. Good for them. But our veterans are living in tents. I hope you wake up that we are in class warfare. This is not a red state, blue state. This party's better than that party. Both parties work for the military-industrial complex. All the TV channels, Fox, CNN, MSNBC, you know who buys ad time? Boeing, Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, they buy ad time on all those channels. That's why none of those channels are ever saying, like, why are we at war? Why are we spending money? Why did Joe Biden just bomb Somalia and Syria twice? Joe Biden, we're going to drone strike the Taliban, and killed 11 people who were like aid workers and civilians. Joe Biden just did that last month. Trump bombed people. Trump got his war budget was increased. A bunch of Democrats in the Senate in 2017, Elizabeth Warren being one of them, voted to increase Trump's military budget. Every president since 9/11 has gotten a bigger budget than the year before. Bush, Obama, Trump, Biden. And nowhere in those military budgets does anybody say, hey, it is criminal for veterans to be living in tents. They don't give a shit. Thank you for your service. Here's a flag and a bumper sticker. That's what you get in America. Follow the money, connect the dots, get the truth. The truth is we are an out of control empire that profits from war. A handful of billionaires are profiting from war, from a for-profit healthcare system, all of it, the war on drugs. It's also a handful of people can profit. And you and I, regular people, working class people, get nothing. We get nothing. We get a thank you for your service. Boy, we'll make all these videos and songs and support the troops. But tell me if a tent with a flag is supporting the troops. If you think a tent and a flag is supporting the troops, then you're just a selfish asshole. And I don't care how many American flag wrap, whatever, eagle, truck, trap, beer can. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You want to support the troops? You want to thank them for their service? Give them some God, give them the dignity of housing. The Democrats don't care. The Republicans don't care. You're a sucker if you think your party is better than the other party. You're a sucker. Thanks for watching. Shave your knuckles for justice. Boom. Hey, everybody. Ron Placone and I had to cancel all of our October tour dates because of COVID, the Delta variant, all that. But we still have shows in California. Ron and I are doing San Francisco, September 11th, Sacramento, September 12th, Burbank, September 15th, and Lee Camp and I are doing Live Government Secrets, September 18th in Los Angeles. All those tour dates are at grahamelwood.com. All of the venues are requiring proof of vaccination. Dynasty Typewriter on the 18th is also saying you can do negative COVID tests, but check with the venues for what their policies are. I have no control over those policies. Go to grahamelwood.com. Sorry we can't come. This sucks. We'll be back hopefully next year. But if you're in California or want to make the trip, come out to these shows. These are probably the only shows we're going to do this year. Thank you.